president for the black population since Abraham Lincoln. That's how it is.
Welcome to the Defender Behind the Scenes. The Defender team is gathered to talk about hot topics, and today, do we have a hot one? The team checked out that, what can you even call that? We just saw from the National Association of Black Journalists and Donald Trump. You could tell by the faces.
I just don't have any words. I mean, but this took me back to, like the NABJ has had some particularly interesting opening sessions over the years, and I'll take you guys back to one that happened here in Houston back in 1994 with a Bushwick bill, and some of the things he said that caused the entire crowd to get up and just run out the room. Well, I thought that it couldn't get any worse until I watched this today. I mean, and I was just blown away. I mean, I was blown away, disappointed in the NABJ for how it was handled, how it was set up. I continue to always be disappointed in Donald Trump and his ideas, especially when it comes to Black America and his thoughts on us. And so I just thought it was very troubling.
All right, Aswad, what about you?
The level of disrespect he showed to those sisters on the stage, those media members, except for the one from Fox who he showed much love to, it was really hard to take. I mean, I could literally feel it as I'm watching, and I'm cringing and all those other things.
Question and answer period, especially when you're 35 minutes late because you couldn't get your equipment to work in such a hostile manner. I think it's a disgrace.
But I'm like Terrence, man. I'm asking, why NABJ? Trump gets far too much free publicity, free passes for just spewing lies. Why give him that opportunity? It was gut-wrenching for me to sit there and watch.
And today, I'm going to let you weigh in just a second, but when you say why, a lot of people say that that's what we do as journalists. We're supposed to give both sides. And so that's why they extended the welcome. So they would say,
yeah, but that both sides thing does not hold water when one side, all they do is lie and attack and demean people of color, immigrants, women, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. At some point you got to say the hell with all that.
Yeah.
All right.
And I agree with Aswad. I mean, like he just had nothing to say and nothing to add that I thought, I mean, everything that he said and did, he's already done. So there was no new news here. I mean, there was nothing breaking here. Now, the only thing that I would have loved to have seen them, come up with or talk to him about is this Project 25 that everybody has different concerns and ideas about. And I was disappointed that didn't come up until the end. And then when it did, it got cut off. That's what I would have loved. If we wanted to hear some news, that would have been the news. I mean, and we didn't get that.
Yeah, and that was cut off, and he was supposed to speak for 45 minutes. They cut that off early. So I think they never planned to talk about Project 2025. Right. Tanesa, you're the newest member of our team. And so as a journalist, for you to watch this, what were your thoughts on it?
First of all, Rachel Scott, she gets to the point, right to the point. And the way she asked questions to President Putin and then Donald Trump today, she gets right to the point. And to hear him say that he's been the best Black president since Abraham Lincoln was just hard to hear, and just very inappropriate to say that. And to say to a woman of both Indian heritage, I'm Indian, and to hear that she's never hidden her identity, and to hear someone say to her that she suddenly turned Black and she's always promoted her Indian identity instead of Black identity, that was just very hard to watch.
For me, it was say you don't understand mixed race without saying you don't understand mixed race. But I am of the mindset, at first I was completely blasting NABJ for that. But I'm wondering, and maybe this is me being optimistic, were they doing this to show America, to remind America of who they were? There's a part of me that feels that, but then the other part is like, why do you know somebody that's going to disrespect you, who has disrespected you? Why do you continue to invite him into your home?
I hear you, and I want to know the backstory behind him being invited and what went down with Vice President Kamala Harris. Was she invited? Was she not invited? They say they're working on getting that to happen. And you know, I heard whispers that she was supposed to do a remote, but they said no to that. So I want to know the real story behind that, because I mean, I do have some strong feelings about Democrats and Black elected officials not giving the respect due to Black media. You know, we face that right here at the Defender. You know, they think they pay thousands of dollars to white media, but take us for granted. And I'm hoping and praying, and I don't even think that that's the issue here, but that's why I want to know. I want to know the backstory. But even with all that, and I do understand your point, Rashonda. You know, you just giving Trump another platform to spew his lies. That's all you're doing.
Now, I will tell you, I did some digging, did some homework, and they invited Kamala Harris, but she's going to be here in Houston as she's speaking at the Sigma Gamma Rho convention tonight. She's delivering the eulogy tomorrow for Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, and then she has a vice president to pick. So she's on lockdown throughout the week, so she couldn't make it, and she offered to do virtually, and they said no. And you know, we're members of NABJ, so I hate talking about the organization, but I'm calling it what it is. They said they don't do virtually. Well, this kind of blew up in their faces, and they extended the virtual invitation. Well, by this point, she's moved on. So now they are trying to scramble and get it where she can go virtually. I believe it will be. She'll end up doing it virtually, but you know, I'm with her. I'll be like, back then you didn't want me. Now I'm hot y'all up on me. I just hope it all works out. This was a S show today.
Yep.
It definitely was that.
All right. Well, we love coming behind the scenes. Any last words before we go? We're going to start doing this on a regular basis where we just weigh in on the hot topics. But as journalists, we were all screaming at our TV watching this mess on the TV today.
No mention of his 34 felony convictions. Like you said, Terrence, Project 2025 wasn't even a question until the end. Come on, man. But the sisters, at least the one in the blue and one in the black, I don't know their names, forgive me. They were on it, like you said, Tanisa, they were on it and asking the questions. But you know, Trump never answers questions.
How would you make that decision?
I think I'd know. Look, if I came onto a stage like this and I got treated so rudely as this woman, oh my goodness. And I'm fine with it because she was very rude, sir. Very rude. That was that wasn't a question. She didn't ask me a question. She gave a statement. That wasn't a question.
Well, we'll see you next time we go behind the scenes with the Defender team talking about hot topics. Bye-bye.